Welcome into another video where I'm going through and testing all the weapons inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of our Zombies game mode. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you're new around here and you like everything Call of Duty Zombies, make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself. As well, down below in the description you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I stream everything from Modern Warfare 3 Zombies through to custom zombies and a whole bunch of zombie related games along the way. Have a ton of fun over there doing that and would hope to see you all come and hang out. Now in today's video, we've got to dive into Wednesday, as it is my favorite day of the week because they update our weekly challenges. And this week's weekly challenges unlocks an aftermarket conversion kit for an LMG, and the aftermarket conversion kit is called the JAK PROTEAN, I believe is how you say that. So I've gone ahead and unlocked that. As well, new today is a brand new event for us, the Echo Endo Live. And the final reward for completing this event is another animated camo that we get called the Cat Girl Smile. This picture looks horrible, but that's the animated camo we get for completing the event. So let me know what you guys think of the event camo that we'll be getting for that. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the JAK PROTEAN aftermarket conversion kit, taking that through all three tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through. So hopefully by the end of today's video you have a good feel for this aftermarket conversion kit, how it performs inside of your Zombies game, and by the end of it you should be able to make up your mind on whether or not this is going to be a viable option for you to be running inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies game modes. As well, we do have the winner of our Standard Edition Black Ops 6 giveaway, our third giveaway on the channel, as your support of the channel has been through the roof and we have smashed the 4,000 goal subscriber I had set for giving away my third copy of Black Ops 6. So make sure you stick through the entire video to find out who the winner is of our third Standard Edition Black Ops 6 giveaway. So without further ado, let's get to the aftermarket conversion kit review video today. All right, welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I truly do appreciate that. Today we're looking at the brand new week 4 of our weekly challenges is the aftermarket conversion kit for the for an LMG. So we're going to be taking a look at the JAK PROTEAN aftermarket conversion kit today, and we have the element, or whatever it is, the 115 camo for pre-ordering Black Ops 6 on here, as well as a black cell blueprint that I think looks pretty cool. So we're going to be looking to keep that combination on today. And when I spawn in, if you guys are new to the channel and do my weapon testing videos here, I always spawn in and put on just my perks with no additions to the weapon. So we spawn in and take on our first bounty contract of the day at white rarity with no additions at all. Aside from being a mouse and keyboard player, I do run Deadshot Daiquiri for the little bit of extra critical damage that it does provide. Now, this aftermarket conversion kit allows for 2 firing modes. As you just saw, I was shooting it in single fire mode, and you can switch to fully automatic mode. For me personally, I felt like fully automatic mode, I was more comfortable using this weapon. So for the rest of the run today, I'm going to be in fully automatic mode. But let me know if you guys did a run with this and you kept it in single fire for the whole way, if there was a big difference in how the weapon performed for you versus how it did for me today in this video. I'd love to hear the feedback on that. But we definitely were able to finish off our first bounty contract inside of Tier 1 today at white rarity. You can see the zombies in Tier 1 are just like not an issue at all. But that bounty contract had me intrigued because it definitely wasn't a struggle. I could see there was substantial damage as I was hitting the critical shots on our first bounty contract. So knowing this, I was kind of, wanted to head off to Pack-a-Punch. Remember to melee it if you want to keep your camo before using the Pack-a-Punch machine or applying a PAP crystal, and you can keep your camo. So we increased the damage output on this aftermarket conversion kit to PAP 1, still only white rarity. And seeing kind of how it performed on the first bounty, I was a little bit intrigued to see what would happen when we Pack-a-Punched it. So we're now at Pack 1 with white rarity, and picked up our second bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1, and it was a Mangler. And I could already tell, like, still wasn't sure. I wasn't sold on this. It didn't seem to be doing that dramatic a damage increase. But then when the Mangler got closer to me and I was able to see the critical shots on the health bar, I noticed that it was definitely dealing some more substantial damage to our bounty contract. So at this point, I still was kind of intrigued. I still wasn't really sold on the performance of this aftermarket conversion kit yet. So it was time to throw on Legendary and our ammo mod and pick up our final bounty contract inside of Tier 3. I like to do these last ones, or sorry, inside of Tier 1. I like to do these last bounty contracts inside of Tier 1, kind of for fun, but also to kind of see if we can just, you know, possibly one-shot or two-shot this bounty contract inside of Tier 1. So we went and grabbed our last bounty. It was another Mangler, and we went and picked it up, and I feel like if he hadn't run off to the left there, or to the right, sorry, I might have been able to finish him off a lot quicker. So again, I was still left feeling kind of, you know, inconclusive on how I feel about this weapon's performance. So it was time to dive into Tier 2, keeping our damage output where it was that we had inside of Tier 1. So Pack 1, Legendary with an ammo mod inside of Tier 2, and I was really curious to pick up a bounty contract inside of Tier 2 and see how this weapon performs inside of Tier 2, being only Pack 1. But again, I just feel like I'm not sure if it's me, I'm not sure if it was my game, but I just felt like the critical shots with this weapon were not very consistent. Also, I will point out this LMG with this aftermarket conversion kit takes like forever to reload, which is part of the reason I took that down there. I had the LMG out when I went to sprint, and sprinting didn't happen, so I took it down. Not a big deal. You get yourself off, brush yourself off, get yourself back into the fight just in life, and that's exactly what I did. Got back into the fight. We had some players in the area who I feel were trying to be helpful, so they went and activated that circuit turret right there, which managed to finish off our bounty contract inside of Tier 1. So I'm not going to complain too much, but I still was feeling like this weapon was, I guess, inconsistent is the word I'm looking for. It didn't seem to be as consistent as some of the other weapons that I'd used inside of this game, or conversion kits for that matter. But you can see in Tier 2, we pack-a-punched it, so now we're Pack 2 Legendary with an ammo mod. Inside of Tier 2, the zombies are not much of an issue at all. There's a bunch of them just jumping right up in the area. There was a Disciple come up last. You can see how well we handled the standard HVT inside of Tier 2, being only Pack 2, so definitely not too bad. I wanted to grab now our last bounty contract inside of Tier 2 and see just how this LMG will perform with this aftermarket conversion kit on it. Now that we're Pack 2, we're Legendary, we have an ammo mod. I still, you know, trying to see if this weapon is inconsistent. I'm starting to wonder if it's possibly because when you shoot this, it's got a lot, just an awful lot of recoil. I tried to make the build today as best I could to compensate for the recoil. I do feel after this run that that was maybe the wrong way to build this weapon. I feel like maybe with this aftermarket conversion kit, the trick to building a successful weapon with this is going to be build it for mobility. Is really what I feel is going to be the trick for this. We did take out that Disciple, though, inside of Tier 2 fairly easily. I did not struggle to dish out the damage on that Disciple at all. But what you're going to notice is right here, the reload speed without Speed Cola is painful. It is very, very painful. You can see just how long it takes me to reload this aftermarket conversion kit. And like I said, I'm not sure if that was my build. I'm not sure if this is how this aftermarket conversion kit is intended to perform, but holy smokes, is the reload just a killer on this. The damage output is remarkable. So seeing this, I was kind of leery to go into Tier 3, seeing how I felt that this weapon, this conversion kit, was being fairly inconsistent. There's that word again. In my run so far. So I wanted to stop in and go to the perk machine and make sure I grabbed Speed Cola to definitely help with the reload speed, grab the rest of the perks that I needed, and wander into Tier 3 and see how this conversion kit's going to perform in Tier 3 at Pack-a-Punch Level 2. I did come over here hoping that the ritual was here, but no, it had been taken along with the rest of them, which doesn't surprise me as there was a bunch of people in here early on in the match. But when I got in here, I think there was like 1 or 2 players, so they must have come in and grabbed the rituals and then left. But I mean, again, you can see the reload speed is a pain. The damage is definitely okay. It's substantial. You can see we're Pack 2 handling the zombies inside of Tier 3, so that's definitely not an issue. Like, the damage output on this aftermarket conversion kit is strong. 100%. It's definitely a strong option. Here we are dealing with a much larger crowd control inside of Tier 3 at Pack-a-Punch 2, and you can see just how fast the zombies consume you when you have this weapon in your hands. because it makes you move incredibly slow as it is an LMG, and the zombies just would not let me out. Just let me a space so I can get up and run away. Holy. Little crawly there going a million miles an hour. So there's some downsides, you know, to this aftermarket conversion kit. I definitely want to point out, you've heard me say it, is the reload speed is one. Your movement speed while you have this weapon in your hands is incredibly slow. For this entire run, I honestly felt like I was carrying a 10-pound brick of concrete on my back running around with this weapon. Even when I had my fists out, I still felt like I was moving slightly slower. So I'm not sure what's up with that, if that was the run today, the servers, or what have you, but this aftermarket conversion kit definitely hampered my movement speed in this run. And it's something I want to mention because it's something I definitely felt 100% using this LMG inside of Tier 3 today. I felt it a little bit inside of Tier 2, not nearly as much, but in Tier 3, I certainly noticed it when I had to, in situations like this, I had to turn around, book it, and hopefully get my reload in before anything was able to, you know, get to me. The dogs are causing me a ton of stress in this run today. But I mean, the damage on the standard HVTs from this aftermarket conversion kit is substantial. At this point, there was no chance to get to a reload in there. There was no more decoys. I decided to reposition myself, get out of Tier 3, not take that down, come back in, throw on my PAP3 crystal, and give a try to doing a bounty contract with this aftermarket conversion kit. Like I've been saying, it's strong. It does hit really strong. The damage output is substantial. It's definitely a viable option as far as dishing out the damage. The fire rate is fine. It shoots nice and quick, which is good. You can see with our bounty contract here, you're definitely able to dish out some damage. This was quite the struggle, though. I wanted to show you this so you guys can get a feel what it's like to use this LMG, this conversion kit, inside of Tier 3, dealing with all that is, you know, Tier 3. You've got standard HVTs in the area. We've got dogs nipping at our heels. We have our bounty contract in the area. There's armored zombies. This is a good opportunity I wanted to show so you guys can get a feel for, you know, how this weapon performs inside of Tier 3 across multiple situations, dealing with bounty contracts, dealing with the crowd control, dealing with everything that is Tier 3 as the speed of things is ramped up, the health of enemies is ramped up. We got a disciple in the area. Because the decoy was out, I was able to focus fire in on our disciple. I definitely feel like this weapon at range kind of struggles. So you might want to be treating this one a little bit more like an AR as far as range when it comes to. There's an absolute massive horde of zombies here inside of Tier 3. And I just don't have the movement speed to deal with this size of zombies. And the damage is there, but the movement when I'm shooting this just did not allow me an opportunity to kind of stay ahead of the horde and continue to thin it out as instead of letting it just continue to grow. So at this point I was, you know, had to reposition. We had to get away. There was a vehicle there. I jumped in, tried to pull myself away from the crowd control that was, you know, around our mimic bounty contract that was in the area. There was just so many zombies in the area. And you can see at range, you can definitely hit and, you know, cause some damage to a bounty contract. And you can see the struggle in Tier 3 without plates today was one. Oh my goodness, I was feeling it. Let me tell you. Holy smokes. So I wanted to kind of reposition myself closer, seeing that the first few shots I did at range, you know, didn't do the most amount of damage at all. We're within 50 meters. My thought process here was thinking, I wonder how this conversion kit performs. It's on an LMG. We're about 50 meters-ish away from our bounty contract, so I was kind of curious to see how it would perform. And when you're able to hit the critical shots, even at range right now, it definitely is hitting some substantial damage on that bounty contract. Like, I definitely wasn't feeling that this wasn't going to get completed at this range. I definitely didn't feel like this was just going to take absolutely forever and I was going to run out of ammo before I was able to finish off this bounty contract at that range. So that is good to see that you can use this weapon at range. It's definitely got some damage to it when you're shooting from far away. But like I said earlier, I do feel like this weapon, this aftermarket conversion kit, is really going to excel in the assault rifle ranges. So You know, 25 meters to 40-ish meters, somewhere in there, I feel you're going to be able to maximize the damage that this aftermarket conversion kit provides for this LMG. But I mean, we're past halfway health at range shooting our bounty contract. Now the zombies can't get up here. I kind of forgot about that when I landed on this roof, so they were chucking meat at me, trying to take me down, which causes obviously an issue, and this is not a spot I kind of wanted to be hanging out knowing that they were chucking meat at me. So we moved away from there, and I wanted to reposition and see if we could finish off this bounty contract inside of tier 3. All right, we're going to pause the video right here to take a second to congratulate and announce our winner of our third Black Ops 6 Standard Edition giveaway on the channel. So today's winner of the Black Ops 6 Standard Edition giveaway is DHibbler4811. I hope I said that correct. Thank you so much for your absolutely hilarious comment on the video. I truly enjoyed reading that one. That was really funny. So make sure you go down to the description of this video, you join the Discord, and then send me a DM message once you're inside the Discord so that we can get in touch so that I can sort out your Black Ops 6 Standard Edition giveaway on any platform. Congratulations to you, and I could not be happier to be able to give back as the channel grows. All right, let's get back to the review video. Used our thermite into the face of that disciple to grab some extra damage, and then I tried to get up on top of the roof of the gas station. Noticed there was a bunch of zombies coming down. Thought I'd throw the thermite in behind me to draw some extra damage, and I got taken down. I'm not even sure by what, as I was 3/4 of the way up the ladder. So like the movement speed, again, I keep saying it, and it was definitely an issue for me in this run. As you can see, like the movement speed is hampering my ability to get away, to get into a position where I can dish out the damage to the crowd control and, you know, keep focus firing on our bounty contract. So I went up to the palace up here to the ammo cache to refill my decoys, and noticed our bounty contract had managed to make it all the way over here to the bottom of the stairs. And I figured this is a perfect opportunity for you all to see the damage that we do on the health bar to the bounty contract inside of tier 3, inside of a decent range for this conversion kit to be performing near its best. And we were able to finish off that bounty contract right there. So like I keep telling you, it definitely is a strong hitting aftermarket conversion kit for week 4. I just feel like this one is maybe a little bit inconsistent and a little bit shaky when you shoot. There's a lot of recoil when you're firing the weapon. Just an awful lot of recoil. I noticed that. We have the bathhouse bouncer Mega Abomination was in the area. I figured let's take this opportunity and show you guys another bounty or another Mega Abomination in the area today and see if we can't take him out. And again, apparently standing on the edge of this roof on that precise corner right there, the zombies will throw meat at you. I didn't know they did that in that area. So we had to move from that location to engage our bathhouse bouncer. But again, the plate issue is one I've noticed a lot of inside of tier 3. Just being able to gather enough plates to keep yourself plated up. We got a few of them extra ones there. I put the 2 of them on, but I mean, most of this run I was running with almost no plates or 1 plate on at a time during this match. So I know the plate issue in tier 3 is a thing. Let me know if you guys are still struggling to come up with enough armor plates inside of tier 3. Obviously it's a non-issue if you've got golden armor plates to be using, but I've noticed it a lot recently in the last couple weeks. Definitely feels like there's just not enough armor plates dropped from zombies and stuff like that. Our Mega Abomination, the bathhouse bouncer, was definitely shredding me, trying so hard, took me down again on a ladder. Ladder downs are so frustrating. The zombies had me crowded in there. I was not going to be able to get up and survive, so I had to crawl away while I was down to try and make sure I could, you know, at least get up and get some distance between me and the crowd control and get this super long reload in so that we continue to dish out the damage to crowd control, our Mega Abomination in the area. We were now inside the last 15 minutes of this match. The storm had started to push in and was on its way into tier 3 at this point. So I was kind of eager to try and finish off this bounty contract kind of as quick as I could. Gather whatever loot I could get from this Mega Abomination and, you know, get out of here and call. That was the strangest. What is with things flying recently? I don't understand why we need to have things flying. At this point, I was almost out of ammo. I looked at the time. We're inside 14 minutes to go. That Mega Abomination was not happening. The reload with this gun is atrocious. I just felt like it was time to get the heck out of Dodge and call it a win. We've taken a lot of downs in today's run, so managing to get out with what we did, and I call that a win for today. So overall, my thoughts and feelings on the JAK Protean aftermarket conversion kit for the RAL LMG is it definitely hits really hard. The reload speed is definitely going to be something that hampers you. The movement speed is definitely something's going to be that hampers you. So overall, my recommendation for this weapon is going to be probably not one that I'm going to be using to run inside of zombies at all, just due to the movement speed and how slow it takes to reload. That was the build that I used, so if you want to make some changes to maybe make it a little bit more faster ADS and a little bit better for movement speed, let's work down in the comments section to make that happen. The camo that I was running on the LMG, you can see right there, and the blueprint that I had on it, I will show you the blueprint I used on today for the RAL MG LMG is right here. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.